fog is rolling in across the empty street. I'm looking for the rhythm of your heavy feet. I saw a coat like yours in the subway line. For a heartbeat, I thought you were finally mine. But the face was a stranger's, the eyes were too cold. Just another story that I've already told. Every corner I turn is a trap for my mind, looking for something I left far behind. The static is loud and the signal is weak. I'm losing the words that I'm trying to speak. Oh, I'm chasing your ghost through the neon light, running through the shadows in the middle of the night. You're a whisper in the wind, you're a blur in the crowd, a memory of us that's shouting too loud. I'm reaching for it, I'm reaching for smoke, chasing a promise that you already broke. Just chasing your ghost. I went back to the cafe, to our favorite seat, but the sugar is bitter and the air is no heat. I see you in the steam of a stranger's cup. I'm afraid if I blink I'll never wake up. You're everywhere now, yeah, you're nowhere at all. A portrait of silence hanging on every wall. I'm chasing your ghost through the neon light, running through the shadows in the middle of the night. You're a whisper in the wind, you're a blur in the crowd, a memory of us that's shouting too loud. I'm reaching for it, reaching for smoke, chasing a promise that you already broke. Just chasing your ghost. My feet are so tired, my lungs are so thin. I don't know where you end and I begin. Stop running away or just let me go, because I'm haunted by things that I already know. Chasing your ghost, chasing your ghost. You're just a shadow I can't ever hold, a silver thread in a world made of gold. I'm still running, but you're already gone. Chasing your ghost, chasing your ghost, straight to the dawn. Chasing your ghost. The clock on the wall strikes a lonely chord in this empty room where I'm feeling bored. The city is asleep and the world is at rest, but the weight of your name is a stone in my chest. The shadows are dancing, they're playing your part in the hollowed out theater inside of my heart. I try to close my eyes, I try to drift away, but the darkness has a funny way of making me stay. It waits for the silence, it waits for the moon to play back the echoes of a broken tune. Oh, these midnight memories, they come alive. The only part of us pictures from a long time ago. You're smiling at me in a world that was bright before we surrendered and gave up the light. Oh, these midnight memories, they come alive. The only part of us that managed to survive. The vivid and cruel in the 2 a.m. light. The ghosts of the us that I lost in the fight. Every touch, every word, every promise we made is a midnight memory that refuses to fade. The sun will be up in a couple of hours, and the day will hide all these withered flowers. But until the dawn breaks the spell of the night, I'm drowning in everything that didn't go right. Midnight memories, midnight memories, midnight memories, leaving me behind. Just a ghost in the hallway, just a breath on the glass, watching the darkest of hours pass. Midnight, 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 memories, memories. I walked out to the canyon where the air is thin, looking for the places where we've both been. The leaves are turning brittle, the sky is a bruise. I'm searching for a signal I'm destined to lose. The trees are all leaning, they're whispering low, secrets of a summer from a long time ago. I'm standing in the tall grass, perfectly still, waiting for a sound from the top of the hill. The silence is heavy, the silence is deep, like a promise that a mountain is trying to keep. Then a gust comes blowing from the edge of the sea, bringing back the pieces of you and me. Oh, I can hear your voice in the wind tonight, calling out my name in the fading light. It's a hollow echo, it's a ghostly sound that never quite touches the frozen ground. I'm reaching for the air, I'm reaching for a sign of the heart that I used to call mine. I'm just listening to your voice in the wind. It sounds like a laugh, then it sounds like a sigh, a bird in the distance beginning to cry. Sometimes it's a murmur, sometimes it's a scream, the jagged remains of a beautiful dream. I'm chasing a melody that has no end, around every corner and every bend. But the harder I listen, the further it goes, where the river is hidden and the cold water flows. Oh, I can hear your voice in the wind tonight, calling out my name in the fading light. It's a hollow echo, it's a ghostly sound that never quite touches the frozen ground. I'm reaching for the air, I'm reaching for a sign of the heart that I used to call mine. I'm just a listener. listening to your voice in the wind. Is it just the trees? Is it just the rain? Or is the earth trying to mimic my pain? I'm talking to the sky, I'm talking to the storm, trying to keep a memory of you warm. Your voice in the wind, your voice in the wind. The air is getting colder and the stars are out, and I'm still standing here with my doubt. It's just the wind, only the wind. I hear you, I hear you. Goodbye. The ceiling fades into a velvet sky as I close the heavy curtain of my eye. The walls of this room just melt away, and the sun comes up on a different day. I'm standing on the corner of 5th and Main, in a world that never knew the taste of rain. And there you are with that look in your eyes, before we traded the truth for the lies. The air is warm and the clocks have stopped. The heavy anchors of the world are dropped. I can say the things I should have said before you walked away and closed the door. Ooh, I'm living on my second chances and dreams, when nothing is ever as broken as it seems. We're dancing in the kitchen, we're laughing in the hall, in a house where the shadows never learn how to fall. I hold you close and I don't let go, correcting the ending that I already know. In the land of second chances, in my dreams. We're sitting in the car by the edge of the lake, and I don't make the same tired mistake. I listen to your heart and I hold your hand in this beautiful, hollow, made-up land. There's no goodbye and there's no I'm tired, just the steady glow of a love we fired. It's so real, I can almost feel your skin, until the morning light starts creeping in. dreams where I haven't lost you yet. I'm sitting on the floor of a half-packed room where the dust is settling. In the afternoon gloom, I found a wooden box tucked under the bed, filled with the colors of the life we led. The edges are yellowed and the glossy finish is gone. A collection of moments from a long ago dawn. I'm afraid to touch them, afraid they'll break like the fragile promises we didn't mean to make. One sharp breath and they might blow away like the light at the end of a winter day. Ooh, these fragile photographs in my shaking hands, snapshots of a castle built on shifting sands. There's your crooked smile and the wind in my hair before the silence moved in and the shelves became bare. I'm looking at a ghost, I'm looking at a lie, caught in a frame before we said goodbye. Just fragile photographs. Here's one of us at the edge of the pier when the ocean was loud and the future was clear. You look so certain and I look so young before the bitter words found a home on my tongue. Now the paper is thin and the ink is starting to bleed, like a letter from a person I no longer need. Shaking hands, snapshots of a castle built on shifting sands. There's your crooked smile and the wind in my hair before the silence moved in and the shells became bare. I'm looking at a ghost, I'm looking at a lie, caught in a frame before we said goodbye. Just fragile photographs. If I close the lid, does the memory stop or does it keep falling like a heavy raindrop? I wanna burn them but I can't let go of the only evidence of the people I used to know. Fragile photograph. When you were mine, I'm putting them back in the dark today, watching the colors slowly fade to gray. One last look before I shut the box. Fragile, fragile. Coffee's gone cold on the nightstand again. I'm listening to the rhythm of the late night rain. I should be sleeping, I should be moving on, but the house feels like a desert now that you're gone. The buttons are loose and the sleeves are too long, but it's the only place left where I still feel I belong. It's faded at the collar and a little bit torn, just like the heart that I've stubbornly worn. I know I should wash it and put it away, but I'm not ready to face a brand new day. Oh, I'm still wearing your shirt, holding on to the scent of a version of us and the time that we spent. It's cotton and fabric, but it feels like your arms keeping me safe from the world and its harms. I'm wrapped in a memory, hurt upon hurt, just sitting in the dark, still wearing your shirt. I look in the mirror and I see a ghost, the version of me that you love the most. The threads are still carrying the ghost of your skin. I'm tracing the places where your hands have been. It's a hollow comfort, a soft blue light, a way to keep breathing without saying goodbye. Oh, I'm still wearing your shirt, holding on to the scent of a version of us and the time that we spent. It's cotton and fabric, but it feels like your arms keeping me safe from the world and its harms. I'm wrapped in a memory, hurt upon hurt, just sitting in the dark, still wearing your shirt. I'll take it off tomorrow, I promise I will. I'll let the air in and let the world be still. But tonight is too quiet and the bed is too wide, and I've got nowhere else for this longing to hide. Still wearing your shirt, it's all that I have. Still wearing your shirt. It's driving me mad. It smells less like you with every passing hour, like a dying field or withered flower. But I'll keep it on just for tonight. Still wearing your shirt until the light. I'm unfolding the paper, it's tattered and thin, marked with the places where we've already been. Here is the corner where we first shared a light, and the bridge where we stood in the middle of the night. The ink is all faded, the edges are torn by the weight of the secrets that we both have sworn. I'm tracing the past that we used to run, back when we thought we had found the one. The landmarks are moving, the rivers have dried, and the compass is spinning with nowhere to hide. I'm looking for north, but I'm finding the west in a landscape of static and permanent rest. Oh, I'm holding the map to your heart in my hand, but I'm lost in the middle of a foreign land. The roads have been closed and the signs have been changed. The world that I knew has been the shortcut through the park in the rain that led us away from the worry and pain. But now there's a fence and a lock on the gate, and I'm standing outside just a little too late. The mountains are higher than I remember them being, and I'm losing the vision of what I was seeing. Your heartbeat was a rhythm I knew by the sound, but now there is nothing but the cold hard ground. Oh, I'm holding the map to your heart in my hand, but I'm lost in the middle of a foreign land. The roads have been closed and the signs have been changed. The world that I knew has been all rearranged. I'm following lines that lead nowhere at all, just a ghost in the valley, just a name on the wall, trying to find my way back to the start, with a broken map to your heart. Maybe the borders were drawn in the sand by a traveler's heart and a trembling hand. Maybe the place that I'm trying to find is a kingdom that lives only inside my mind. The diner is empty, the neon sign hums. I'm counting the crumbs as the waitress comes. I ordered for two, like a habit I keep, a promise I'm holding while you're fast asleep. In a different city, in a different bed, while I'm tasting the ghost of the things that we said. The steam is rising in a ghost white swirl, like the way you used to dance, my favorite girl. But the heat is escaping, the porcelain's cold, and I'm left with a story that's already told. Oh, it's just bitter coffee and sweet memories, a cold morning wind blowing through the trees. The sugar don't help and the cream's not enough to soften the edges of losing your love. One sip is the laughter, the next is the pain, watching my heart go down with the rain. Bitter coffee and sweet memories. I remember the mornings we'd stay in for hours, when the world was a garden of sunlight and flowers. You'd steal my sweater and I'd steal a kiss. Now it's just a list of the moments I miss. The blacker the liquid, the clearer I see the version of us that you took back from me. Oh, it's just bitter coffee and sweet memories, a cold morning wind blowing through the trees. The watching my heart go down with the rain. Bitter coffee and sweet memories. I could leave this table, I could walk out the door, but I'm not ready to not see you anymore. So I'll let it get cold and I'll stare at the cup until the sun finally forces me up. Sweet memories, so hard to swallow. Bitter coffee, leaving me hollow. The bottom of the mug is all that's left, a lonely heart in a state of theft. One more cup before I go. Bitter, sweet, bitter, bitter, sweet. I'm looking up at a hole in the sky where a flicker of light used to catch my eye. They say that the light takes 1,000,000 years to reach the ground and to dry these tears. So I'm talking to someone who's already gone, in a galaxy dark where no light is drawn. I'm sending my secrets to a ghost in the black, knowing that nothing is coming back. It's a beautiful lie, a celestial trick, the ghost of a flame on a burned out wick. I'm closing my eyes and I'm holding my breath, praying for life to a symbol of death. Oh, I'm wishing on a dead star tonight, begging for a spark from a vanished light. I'm asking for a miracle, I'm asking for a change in a universe cold and a world that feels strange. You're long gone, but I'm still here below, reaching for a fire that ceased to glow. Just wishing on a dead star. I remember when we were a sun in the dark, before we collided and lost every spark. Now I'm orbiting silence, I'm drifting in space, searching for gravity and the warmth of your face. But the vacuum is heavy and the oxygen's low, and I'm watching the memories turn into snow. I'm wishing on a dead star tonight, begging for a spark from a vanished light. I'm asking for a miracle, I'm asking for a change in a universe cold and a world that feels strange. I heard your name in a conversation today, and I had to look down so the tears wouldn't stray. Someone asked how you were, if I'd seen you around, and I couldn't find the words, I couldn't find the sound. I just nodded my head with a fake little smile, while my heart ran a marathon, mile after mile, to the day that you left, to the day that you flew, to the version of me that was still whole with you. I see your face in the windows of passing cars, I see our reflection in the light of the stars. It's a permanent ghost, it's a shadow in the hall, the greatest of heights and the hardest of falls. Oh, you're the one who got away, the one I couldn't keep, the reason I'm awake while the rest of the world's asleep. You're the what if and the maybe, the ache in my chest, the ghost of a love that was better than the rest. I'm holding a tether to a ship out at sea, watching the one who got away walk away from me. I wonder if you're happy in your new neighborhood, if life is treating you the way that it should. Do you still hate the cold? Do you still love the rain? Or did you leave all those pieces of us on the train? I'm a museum of us, I'm a gallery of grief, and every tomorrow just feels like a thief, stealing the memories I'm trying to save of the love that we promised, the love that we gave. Oh, you're the one who got away, the one I couldn't keep, the reason I'm awake while the rest of the world's asleep. You're the what if and the maybe, the ache in my chest, the ghost of a love that was better than the rest. I'm holding a tether to a ship out at sea, watching the one who got away walk away from me. I should've fought harder, I should've said stay, but I let the pride and the silence get in the way. Ooh, and I'm a spectator watching your life from afar, wondering how you moved on and forgot who we are. The one who got away. I'm still standing here, the one who got away. Year after year, you're a chapter I'll never know how to close, the thorns on the stem of a long dead rose. You're gone, but you're never truly gone. The one who got away until the break of dawn. The city's humming, but I don't hear a sound, just the static of my heart hitting the ground. I'm staring at the ceiling in this empty room, while the shadows cast a heavy, familiar gloom. I'm tracing the timeline back through the years, past all the arguments and the salt-stained tears, to the very first second, to the very first spark, before the fire turned to ash in the dark. I've got my finger on the button I'm ready to press, to undo the damage and the beautiful mess. I'm looking for the moment before the regret, before the sun of our story had finally set. Oh, let me rewind to the night we met, to the only memory I don't wanna forget. Before we were broken, before we were cold, when the silver was shining and the stories were bold, I'd stay in that hour, I'd live in that light, just to feel like I'm whole for one more night. Rewind to the night we met. You were standing by the window with a glass in your hand, and I was a dreamer who didn't have a plan. The music was playing a song for the first time, and neither of us knew it was a steep hill to climb. Your smile was an anchor, your eyes were the sea, and I was so sure you were meant for me. Oh, let me rewind to the night we met, to the only memory I don't wanna forget. Before we were broken, before we were cold, when the silver was shining and the stories were bold, I'd stay in that hour, I'd live in that light, just to feel like I'm whole for one more night. Rewind to the night we met. I'd stop myself from speaking, I'd stop the clock's hand, I'd keep us right there on that holy ground land. Before the I'm sorries and the I can't stay, I'd freeze the world before it all slipped away. Before you broke my heart, the tape is getting thin, the image is starting to blur. I'm losing the us that we used to were, just a ghost on the screen, just a flicker of light. The night we met, the only night that was right. The night we met, that was right. The letters are blank on the desk in the hall. I'm staring at shadows that lean on the wall. I had a lifetime to tell you the truth, to give you the gold of my heart and my youth, but I kept it all locked in a box made of pride, watching the feelings all wither inside. Now the chair is just empty, the tea has gone cold, and the greatest of stories will never be told. I practiced the lines in the mirror at night, but the timing was wrong, or the mood wasn't right. I waited for someday, but someday is gone, and I'm left with a silence that carries on and on. Oh, they're heavy and hollow, the words I never said. screaming in circles inside of my head. I should have said stay, I should have said please, but I let the moment just scatter and freeze. Now they're ghost-written letters I'll never can mail, a beautiful promise that's destined to fail. The weight of the silence is all that is left instead of the words I never said. I see you in dreams and I try to speak out, but my throat is a desert of longing and doubt. I wanted to tell you that you were my home, the only true north that I've ever known. But I spoke about weather and trivial things while I cut off the feathers and broke on wings. Oh, they're heavy and hollow, the words I never said. They're screaming in circles inside of my head. I should have said stay, I should have said please, but I let the moment just scatter and freeze. Now they're ghost-written letters I'll never can mail, a beautiful promise that's destined to fail. The weight of the silence is all that is left instead of the words I never said. I love you, I'm sorry, don't walk out that door. They're lying like glass on a cold kitchen floor. I trade every breath for a minute with you, to say all the things that I knew to be true. They're haunting my bed. The words I never said. The sound of the words I never said. I'm standing where the pavement meets the grass, watching all the strangers as they pass. I saw a couple laughing by the old stone wall, and for a second I could almost hear you call. It's like a movie playing on a broken screen, the scenes of a life that lived somewhere in between. The rearview mirror shows a long and winding road, and I'm still carrying the weight of the heavy load. I'm checking the map of the things we used to be, but the lines are fading and I'm losing the key. Oh, I'm just looking back at us through a clouded lens, trying to find the point where the story ends. We were a lightning bolt, we were a summer rain. Now I'm just searching for the beauty in the pain. back at you, looking back at us. I remember the kitchen and the way the light fell on the secrets and the wishes we would never tell. We had a language that nobody else could speak, but now the grammar's broken and the voice is weak. I look at the empty space on the right side of the bed, and I replay every I love you that we ever said. Oh, I'm just looking back at us through a cloudy lens, trying to find the point where the story ends. We were a lightning bolt, we were a summer rain. Now I'm just searching for the beauty and the pain. It's a long way down from the heights where we flew. Now I'm just a stranger looking back at you, looking back at us. If I could reach through the glass and touch your face, would it fix the cracks or just leave a trace? Is it better to remember or better to forget the ghost of the girl I haven't let go of yet? Is cold, looking back at us. Looking back. The marble is cold beneath my feet. The air is heavy with a scent so sweet. I'm walking past the frames on the whitewashed walls, listening to the echo of my footsteps in the halls. Here's a portrait of a girl with a secret in her eyes, and the landscape of a harbor under violet skies. I'm looking for a masterpiece, I'm looking for a sign, but every piece of art looks like a life that once was mine. The velvet rope is keeping me away from the colors of a world that's turned to gray. I'm staring at the brushstrokes, I'm staring at the ink, standing on the edge, trying not to blink. Oh, there are tears in the gallery tonight, falling on the canvas in the dim museum light. Every beautiful thing is a reminder of the pain of a love that's been captured and locked inside a frame. I'm surrounded by the beauty that I can't quite touch, in a gallery of feelings that I love too much. Just tears in the gallery. I stop before a statue made of broken glass, watching all the shadows of the lonely people pass. It looks like the way I felt when you said we're through. A jagged little monument dedicated to you. The curator is watching from the corner of the room as I wander through the hallways of this elegant tomb. sun went down, but the light didn't leave the floor. It's lingering there, like your hand on the door. I see your outline against the cold gray wall, tracing the silence that lives in the hall. You're not really here, but you're everywhere I go. A flicker of movement in the evening glow. I'm reaching for substance, but I'm touching the air, searching for someone who's no longer there. The candles have burned to the bottom of the glass, watching the ghosts of our memories pass. The shape of your shoulders, the tilt of your head are the only companions I have in this bed. Oh, I'm just living in the shadows of love, watching the dark clouds circling above. You're a silhouette dancing on a broken heart, a phantom of a beauty that's falling apart. I'm chasing the gray where the gold used to be, while the shadows of love are all that I see. Just shadows of love. I walk through the park where the oaks cast a shade, and I find the impressions of the plans that we made. The swing is still moving, though the seat is now bare. I can almost feel the static of your breath in the hair. It's a hollowed out feeling, a long, lonely stretch, like a charcoal drawing that I can't quite etch. I'm a prisoner of logic, a victim of light, caught in the edges of a permanent night. Oh, I'm just living in the shadows of love, watching the dark clouds circling above. You're a silhouette dancing on a broken heart, a phantom of a beauty that's falling apart. I'm chasing the gray where the gold used to be, while the shadows of love are all that I see. Just shadows of love. If I turn off the lights, do you finally disappear? Does the darkness just bring you more near? I'm tired of the outlines, I'm tired of the trace. I'm starving for color and the warmth of your face. Shadows of love, so bitter and cold. Shadows of love. The sun's coming up, but the room stays dim. I'm sinking in the water where we used to swim. Just a shape, just a ghost, the shadows. The one I love the most, the one I love the most. The floorboards are cold and the hallway is dim. The moon is a crescent, a silver white rim. I'm sitting right here where the shadows all meet, listening for footsteps out on the street. I still hear your keys jingling inside my head, though the silence is all that you left here instead. The coat hook is empty, the mail's on the floor, and I'm just a fool still waiting by the door. The clock on the wall is a heavy, slow beat, like the sound of a heart that's admitting defeat. I tell myself maybe, I tell myself soon, as I watch the light fade from the afternoon. Oh, I'm waiting by the door for a ghost to come home, in a house made of memories. I'm standing alone, watching the handle, praying it turns, while the bridge that we built slowly flickers and burns. You said you were going, you said we were through, but I'm still right here, waiting for you. Just waiting by the door. The porch light is buzzing, a lonely old sound, casting long circles on the cold, hard ground. I wonder where you are, if you're sleeping at all, or if you've forgotten the way to this hall. I should turn the boat, I should blow out the light, and give up the ghost of this long, hollow night. But the thought of you knocking and finding me gone is the only thing keeping my heavy heart on. Oh, I'm waiting by the door for a ghost to come home, in a house made of memories. I'm standing alone, watching the handle, praying it turns, while the bridge that we built slowly flickers and burns. You said you were going, you said we were through, but I'm still right here, waiting for you. Just waiting by the door. It's a habit of hope, it's a beautiful sin, to keep a space open for what could have been. My back's against wood and my head's in my hands, trying to follow your heart's new plans. Waiting by the door, 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 waiting by the door. The lock hasn't moved and the street is still still. I say I'll move on, but I know I won't will. One more hour, just one more night, waiting, waiting by the door, the morning light is leaning cold against the floor, and I don't recognize this version of me anymore. I'm checking the clock, but the hands are standing still, while the shadows are climbing up the windowsill. I had a world that was painted in gold and blue, back when the air was sweet and I was holding you. But the calendar turned like a page in a tragic play, and now I'm a stranger to the light of day. The coffee tastes like dust, the radio's a hum. I'm waiting for a feeling that's never gonna come. I trade all my tomorrows for a single hour back, to find the color in a world that's fading into black. Oh, I'm longing for yesterday, when the world was wide, before the storm came in and we had nowhere to hide. When forever was a word we weren't afraid to say, before the I love yous all started to fade. Now I'm reaching for a sun that is already set, trapped in the things that I can't quite forget, just longing for yesterday. I walk past the garden where the roses used to grow, but the soil is frozen and the wind begins to blow. I see our ghosts laughing under the old oak tree, a version of us that's now a mystery to me. We were so loud, we were vibrant, we were young, with the taste of the summer still fresh on our tongue. Now the silence is a mountain I can't seem to climb, while I'm drowning in the wreckage of a different time. They say that time is a healer, but time is a thief, stealing the joy and then leaving the grief. I'm running in circles on a track that is wide, trying to mend what has already been torn. Space, take me back, just for a second. Longing for yesterday, before it all slipped away. The attic window lets a silver sliver in, to show the places where the light has always been. I'm looking at the dresser and the old wooden chair, collecting all the years that we spent living there. Everything is covered in a veil of gray, like the memories of us that started to fray. I reach out a finger to the surface of the wood, trying to remember when the world was was actually good. It's a graveyard of moments, a museum of then, waiting for a touch that won't happen again. I'm tracing the outlines of a story left behind, searching for the pieces that I'm never gonna find. Oh, it's all written in the dust, our names on the ledge, a fragile little kingdom right on the edge. One breath of air and the words disappear, like the way you vanished and left me standing here. It's a record of a love that didn't stay to rust, just a hollow little message written in the dust. Written in the dust. I found our initials in a heart on the glass, watching all the seasons and the cold winters pass. But the lines are getting blurry and the edges are soft, hidden in the corners of this lonely old loft. I wanted it in stone, I wanted it in gold, but the wind is too heavy and the attic's too cold. Now I'm reading the remains of a life we once led, knowing every sentence is better left unsaid. Oh, it's all written in the dust, our names on the ledge, a fragile little kingdom right on the edge. One breath of air and the words disappear, like the way you vanished and left me standing here. It's a record of a love that didn't stay to rust, just a hollow little message written in the dust. Written in the dust. I'll wipe it all away, 'cause the ache finally ends. Or am I just erasing my only remaining friend? I'm terrified to clean it, terrified to see the empty space where you used to belong to me. Written in the dust. Written in the dust. The sun is going down and the room is turning black, and there's no way to bring the old words back. Just a fingerprint, just a blur in the dust. Where we used to work, the engine's humming on a road to nowhere fast. I'm looking in the mirror at the shadows of our past. I knew the bridge was shaky when I took the first step. I knew the secret's heavy when it's one that should be kept. They told me it was reckless, they told me I was blind, but I left the common sense and the logic far behind. I dove into the wreckage just to feel the water break, and now I'm drowning in the choices that I had to make. If I could do it over, would I change a single thing? Would I turn away the winter just to keep the early spring? I'm standing in the ruins of the home we tried to build, with the hollow in my chest that'll never quite be filled. Oh, you were my best mistake, the one I'd make again, the beautiful disaster that I loved until the end. It crashed and it burned, it left a permanent scar, but it's the only way I learn exactly who we are. I lost my way, I lost my heart, I lost my sense of pride, but I'd take that broken road just to have you by my side. You were my best mistake. I still have the jacket that you left on the chair. I can still smell the smoke and the summer in your hair. We were a lightning strike in a quiet, sleepy town, building up the pressure just to watch it all come down. It wasn't meant to last, it wasn't built for the rain, but there's a twisted kind of comfort in this familiar pain. I'm a fool for the memories, I'm a sucker for the why, watching all the reasons that we had to say goodbye. Oh, you were my best mistake, the one I'd make again, the beautiful disaster that I loved until the end. It crashed and it burned, it left a permanent scar, but it's the only way I learned exactly who we are. I lost my way, I lost my heart, I lost my sense of pride, but I'd take that broken road just to have you by my side. You were my best mistake. Some people find the right one and they live a quiet life, no jagged edges, no sharpening of the knife. But I'd rather have the chaos, and I'd rather have the fall